Hey guys, my name is Jim Aspel. I'm a board certified workers' compensation attorney in Farmington, Connecticut. And I wanted to talk to you today about some of the common workers' compensation injuries we see with Amazon employees. In Connecticut, Amazon is a very large employer. We have a number of distribution centers throughout the state. There's one in North Haven. There's a big facility up by Bradley International Airport. And there are several smaller sorting and distribution facilities throughout the state. In addition, Amazon obviously has a very large distribution network. There are Amazon trucks on the road every day of the week, almost all hours of the day. And additionally, there are subcontractors, subsidiaries of Amazon or independent contractors that they hire to deliver packages that would all fall under the auspices of Amazon claims. So, as you can imagine, they are a frequent source of workers' comp claims in Connecticut. They keep us very busy. They keep Amazon workers' comp defense lawyers busy. And unfortunately, people do continue to get hurt. I want to talk about some of the more common injuries that we see. Probably not surprisingly, lifting injuries would be among the most common. Generally, we have an employee who's either in a warehouse or out making a delivery, and for whatever reason, they lift a box or a package that was heavier than they expected it to be, or they turn in some sort of awkward manner, or they lose their footing while handling an oversized box. And in that way, they injure their back, or they injure their neck, or they injure their knee. All sorts of body parts get injured during lifting incidents, and they give rise to an awful lot of workers' compensation claims. So I would say that lifting incidents in one way or another are probably the most common Amazon injuries that we see. Also, probably not surprisingly, number two would be repetitive trauma claims. Now, on these packaging lines, if you work at Amazon, you know this probably better than I do, but you're doing the same motion over and over again. You're putting a box on a conveyor belt, you're moving a box, you're putting a label on the box, you're taping the box, whatever it happens to be, you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're doing it for 8 hours a day, typically with only limited breaks. Eventually, if you do the same motion with a body part over and over long enough, that body part is going to start showing signs of wear and it's going to start complaining. And you're going to have a barking elbow, or you're going to have a hand that hurts, or your neck is going to hurt. And this is what we call a repetitive trauma injury. Because you've been doing the same thing over and over again on a repeated basis all day long for a protracted period of time, that causes injury. Now, those things are compensable under Connecticut workers' compensation law, and I would imagine under workers' compensation laws in every other state as well. So if you start having problems, particularly with an elbow or a hand or a shoulder, and you're doing repetitive work all day long while working at Amazon, you might want to consider speaking with a workers' compensation attorney and see whether or not you may have a repetitive trauma claim. A lot of times in those instances, if you are experiencing a problem on the line, you tell your supervisor, they're going to send you to AmCare, and AmCare is going to offer you whatever sort of on-site treatment that they're going to provide you. If that doesn't work, they may send you to one of their off-site occupational health facilities, Concentra, or whatever it may happen to be. I would urge you, uh, if you get to that point, if you get beyond AmCare, you most definitely want to consult with an attorney about filing a claim to protect your rights. Even if you're just at the AmCare level, it's probably not a bad idea, particularly if the problem seems like it's not going away, to consult with an attorney. We may want to get you in to see a specialist sooner rather than later. And in that way, we minimize the long-term effects of the injury, and you have a better result going forward, get back to work quicker, works out better for everybody. So that's what I would tell you about these repetitive trauma claims. The third most common thing that we see in Amazon claims are motor vehicle accidents. Again, probably not surprisingly, Amazon has a very, very large fleet out there on the road. Uh, Again, they have their own trucks. They have a whole network of vendors who are out there delivering their packages. And, there's a lot of cars out there on the road. And here in Connecticut, in the post-COVID world, anyways, people are driving in an interesting way, to put it mildly. And people get into accidents, and you get into an accident quite frequently, you're hurt. If that happens, you have a workers' compensation claim versus Amazon. If you got hurt while you were making a delivery, um, you were on the job, you were doing what you were supposed to do, that's a workers' compensation claim. In addition, you may have a claim against the other party that was involved in the accident with you. They did something wrong that caused the accident, then obviously you have what we call a third party claim, and that's something that a lawyer would be happy to explain to you and talk to you about what your rights are. But again, if you are in an accident while you're working for Amazon, you do have a workers' compensation claim. I would urge you the same day of the accident or as soon as possible thereafter to file that 30C claim for workers' comp. Consult a lawyer if you don't know how to do that or how to do it correctly, and make sure that your rights are protected. Um, so those are the three things I would say that we see most commonly. If you have any questions about any of that or any Amazon um, potential workers' compensation issues, give us a call at any point. I'm more than happy to discuss it with you. We can be reached in Farmington, 860-523-8783. You can check out our website, www.ctworkinjurylawyer.com. Plenty of information out there about Amazon claims, as well as any other workers' compensation questions you might have. And if you found the video helpful, please do give us a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. I'd invite you to subscribe to the channel. We do drop workers' compensation videos fairly regularly and would be happy to answer your questions. Okay, thanks.